Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. So let us see. Let me see. Okay, hi, Jessica. Uh,
Hello.
Good morning. Yeah, now you see me. Good morning, everybody. Just to check, can you hear me? I will do that to see. Hello. Um, is is everything okay? Is the sound good? Somebody, yes, okay. Thank you, Jing. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jessica. Thank you so much for being here with us today. So as you can see, today we are with Emlyon. So I'm Siali. Sorry for the lighting. I don't know what is it's it's the lighting. I'm sorry about that. I'll do my best to be here to explain what are the missions of Join the School in France, and more precisely to talk about EM Lyon, since we are with Jessica here, representative of EM Lyon. Jessica, you are in Shanghai. Is that
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm currently in Shanghai, and
Okay.
I'm Jessica from Shanghai, and I'm responsible for the recruitment and admission of the GE programs of the
So,
Emlyon Business School.
so that's terrific. You are the person we need to talk about this matter in management program. So I'm here in Paris. I'm one of um, Join a School in France international project managers. Okay, our job with Jessica and the team of Join School in France is to help you to get into a business school here in France. We have a lot of partners, five of them are going into them right now. So maybe I should start, and then Jessica will take it from there to explain the EM Lyon program, more precisely the Master in Management. Is it good
Okay, no
with you,
problem.
Jessica?
Yes,
Okay, great.
no problem.
Who are we? That's the question. What is Join the School in France? We are part of the International Chamber of Commerce. Okay, our main mission is to promote French higher education all over the world, but mostly to support five business schools, top-ranked business schools that are Audencia, EM Lyon, ESCP, HEC, and Schema Business School. So we work with them in order to make it easier for international students to get into one particular program, that is the GE for Grande École, the GE Master in Management. So Joint School in France is only here to help you with this program, the GE Master in Management program. For other programs, obviously, you just need to get to the business schools to see their programs and what they have to offer, and if you are interested. And please let me know if you have questions. Write them down. I'll do my best to ask them to Jessica to answer them. We'll try to explain everything clearly. So please do send us um, questions and where you are exactly, since today is mainly about Asia. Um, so me in Paris and Jessica in Shanghai will do our best um, to explain and to answer your questions. So as I said, the main purpose of Join School in France is to make it easy for you guys, for international students. How do we do that? It's very simple. It's one application. You just need one application to five business schools. It means that you need to apply once, and you have five great opportunities to get into one of these business schools. One application means also one interview at the end. It means that you don't need to go and apply for every particular school individually, and to have, as an example, five interviews from five different schools. No, you have one application. If admissible, if your application is interesting for the business schools, they will call you through Join the School in France for an interview. So you've got one interview in one of our centers. I'm going to talk about it a little bit um, later. And more importantly, one fee. Okay, you need to pay just once, 200 euros, to join the school in France, and you'll have access to five business schools. So you can be interested into Emlyon, you can be interested into HEC, Audencia, just two or three, but your application will be sent to the five of them in a row. So that's the main purpose. So keep it in mind. It's really easy, an easy process. We made it as easy as possible. It's a decision we've made with our partners, these business schools, to really provide an easy process for you guys to apply. So one application, one interview if eligible, and obviously one fee, and not five different fees for different applications. You would maybe, and we receive that a lot as a question. Is it easier? And I'm going to ask that to Jessica later. Is it better to apply directly through the direct process of application of EM or another business school, or is it more interesting to apply through join a school in France? I'll let Jessica talk about it maybe, but just so you know, it's the same thing. Really, these are the same people reviewing your application, whether on join school in France or through a direct process of application of the school, particular school. It's really the same. So really, you don't need to worry about that. We work together. We are not competitors, but partners. So that is very important, and I think that Jessica can agree with me on this. Um, how does it work? As I said, it's one application. You'll see that you can check our website. It's really easy to use. But before that, I just wanted to tell you that right now we are in our third round. Okay, you know that there are different rounds, so the process is really easy. You've got application, eligibility, interview, admission result. It means that first you need to apply with the documents that I'm going to present right away. Then, if your application is interesting enough for one of these business schools, just one, you'll be called for an interview that we are going to schedule together in one of our international centers. And then you'll receive your eligibility result. Then you'll be called for an interview with alumni. We are going to talk about that. That's a very, very important part of our process, to talk with alumni. For you guys, I don't know if you know the word, but alumni just means former students, and these are former students of one of these business schools. So you can have the interview with former students from HEC, from EM Lyon, who are now everywhere in the world working. They are in the working life, so they have jobs, very important jobs sometimes, and very different jobs. You see that this master and the other programs that these schools have to offer can open doors to so many different paths. So that's really important to know. So you'll have this interview with these alumni just to talk. We are going to explain it further. And obviously, after the interview, 2 weeks after the interview, most of the time, you'll get the admission result. So right now, we are at round three, meaning that we are receiving now applications for round three of application for round three. We are receiving the applications until March 3rd. Okay, so in 1 week, something like that, 10 days, let's say. And then obviously, if you don't have the time to do it, we have another round. It's round four that is up to May. May 2nd. So we'll get to that process step by step. So then, yeah, that's what I said. So it's the same thing. So here it's the whole process. It's a very easy, quick process. 4 steps. You apply. The schools are going to review your application. If they are interested, you'll be called for an interview. The interview is not an exam. It's very important to know that it's not an exam. It's mainly a very interesting moment, 20 to 30 minutes of talking with alumni about you. Mostly it's not a test or an exam, absolutely not. It's about knowing you more, and to see if you are really if you fit to a business school, if your personality fits into the business school's environment. And at the end, please ask questions to your jury members, since they are former students of these business schools. They are the best people to answer the questions that you've got. And after the interview, the assessment will be sent um, to the business schools admission commissions, and you'll receive your result most of the time 2 weeks after the interview. So it's a really easy process, not very long. But however, it's not very long, but it needs preparation. It means that you don't need to um, just think about it 2 days before the deadline. No, because there are documents to provide, and we are going to see them in few minutes. So you really need guys to get prepared and to have it on long term. So one question that we often receive, and you can ask you questions, but I had questions from social media as well that I took here with me. What's the profile of a joint school in France candidate or for an application into the Master in Management, the GE Master in Management? The main thing to have here is that we are looking for international profiles. It means that the schools decided that this particular master in management is made for people, for students with international academic backgrounds. It means that they are not looking for candidates or students with a French diploma, as an example. That's not what they want. They want someone with international background. Since it's higher education, obviously you need at least 3 years of studies in college. It can be a licence if you are in a French-speaking country or with a French program. It can be a bachelor. It can be a banker if you are in China. So it really, you need to have at least 3 years of studies. When I say 3 years, it means that you can either be graduated from the school with a diploma that you need to put, or in your final year, in your third and final year. We take them as well, the schools take them as well. And at the end of the process, you'll have to provide your diploma after graduation. So it's really that. So the main thing here is to understand that we are looking for students, international students, since we are promoting French education and French higher education abroad, international student and international background. We really need that. We really need you to understand that it's the main focus here. It's that you've got an international background. So if the only diploma that you've got is a French diploma, this particular GE Master in Management is not the best program for you. I'm sure there are a lot of other programs you can apply to, but this one is really custom made for international students or students with international academic backgrounds. And I'm sure Jessica will be talking about it later on. So that's it for the profile. I'm trying to see the questions that I got as well to explain things step by steps. So this is our website that you can obviously visit. We just got it renewed and renovated. We made it easier for you to go there. You've got a section for the schools. So you've got every school with the program, this Master in Management program, and the courses that they have to offer. So it's very good to have a look at it, to just understand what the different schools propose as their programs and part of the syllabus. You've got the admission, the requirement, and also obviously our team, the contact of our team if you need to contact us. So I really appreciate it if you go have a look to on our website. It's really new, young, and fresh, so you can visit it, and it's really easy to use. So yeah, this is the application. So in on our website, obviously you've got a part to apply. So these are really the first part is really about you, the name, the first name, the last name, date of birth, um, where you are. And here in this part, it's really important to choose as well your location where you are, but also your interview center. it means a lot to us to organize your interviews, and I'm going to talk about it in further details. But in this part, you need to say where you want to have your interview. It means that you can be in China, but at the time of the interview, maybe you've scheduled something, you've scheduled a trip into another country, so you need to put that country as your interview center to make it easier for you to have your interview. So you see. We are really making everything easy for you, and our main purpose is really to help you all along the process. That's our main mission. Um, so yeah, let's talk about the documents, since it's a huge part of your a huge part of the application. So there are 10 documents that the schools decided to have. All the schools decided together with the Join the School in France team to have these documents. So you need to upload them in a PDF format. That's the format we need. Otherwise, we can't read these documents. So you've got the academic transcript, obviously, and the diploma. So you need to provide all the academic transcript of your 3 years of studies, if you have 3 years, of 2 years plus a certificate of enrollment if you are in the third year and final year of your bachelor, licence, or banco. The diploma, as I said, are the certificate of school enrollment, and two very important documents that really needs your attention here and needs preparation. That are the management test and the English test. And I'm going to talk about them in a few seconds. But I wanted to focus on these two documents because these are the two documents that needs preparation. It means that if you want to apply for a GE Master in Management, you need to take to take into account that there are two tests you need to have, and that you need time to have them, so to take them. So it really it's not a way of 1 week before application that you decide to take GMAT or GRE. Now, there are no I think that we don't have a lot of sessions most of the time in France, but also all over the world. So we really need to think about it in advance. And I'm going to talk about them. So the management test, it can be the GMAT, the GRE, or the TAJMAJ, or even another one for India that I'm going to get into it. English test, TOEIC, yeah, it's TOEFL, Cambridge, it's good. We need 2 letters of recommendation, academic or professional, but really, really, if you can, try to have academic references. It's better if we have recommendations from your teachers, professors, supervisors in the school. They know you, and we need you need your names to be clearly stated in it, as well as the contact and references of your professor or teachers, your referee. So that's very important. A headshot or an ID photo, the resume. There are no particular format that we need. Every format is good. And then, yeah, the copy of your passport or your ID card. It must be a clear version of it. So we tend to prefer the passport, since ID cards sometimes are written in languages that we don't read. So it's better to use your passport when your ID card is not in English or in French, as an example. Better use the passport, since there's most of the time an English version. And finally, a valid proof of payment. And here again, we've got a lot of questions about this particular document. Students and candidates tend to think that it's a valid proof of payment that states that you can, or that you are able to pay the fees, the tuition fees of the school. It's not that. A valid proof of payment for our application is just the invoice you receive when you pay for your application through Join a School in France. The application costs 200 euros. So when you pay that, online, it's on our website, it's a platform, it's an online platform. When you pay that, you receive um, an invoice of that payment, and that we need you to put in the application. So here again, it's not about a proof of payment of the school's tuition fees. That's up to the school to see that and to check that with you. But here, a valid proof of payment means an invoice that you receive from the Join the School in France online platform. Okay, so this is a very common question that we got, and sometimes we lose a lot of time, we waste a lot of time um, in the application process when we see that the candidate did not send the right proof of payment. So please keep that in mind. Um, so I really wanted to get back to the management test. So you've got the GMAT, you've got the GRE, you've got the TAJMAJ, and for India you've got the CAT, the Common Admission Test that the schools decided to have and um, to take as a proof of a written test. And Jessica maybe later on will say if they have any preferences in at Emlyon. I don't know. That's a question I got on social media. Does Emlyon have any preference for the management test? So maybe Jessica would answer that in her presentation. So and here you need really to as I said before, you really need to take some time to find a session. Okay. Sometimes it's really hard to get into one of the sessions that they have to offer and to meet our deadlines, our the school's deadlines. So really take that into account and get ready and have a test whenever you've decided to have you are decided and you know that you want to get into a business school. You need to apply for a session in a one of the centers all over the world. We've got a lot of them, and I am sure that GRE and GMAT have also online sessions, which is maybe sometimes easier for you. So you need to get to their website to see that. It's their websites are really easy to use and it's really clear. Um, that is a good question, yeah, for native speakers, and I'm going to talk about it in a few seconds. Very good questions that we got a lot as well. So, as I said, for the GMAT, when if the GMAT is the test that you want to take for your application through the Join the School in France process, you need to put Join the School in France as your as one of the recipient. Okay, because when you are on the website, you will have to choose the business school that will receive your results. So here again, here in this case, for the GMAT, you need to put join a school in France as one of the recipients. It's very important for us so that we can receive it and review it. And then for the GRE, and you will find all these information obviously on our website. For the GRE, you just need to choose one of our business schools partners, that is EM HEC, ESCP, Audencia, or Schema. You just need to put them as the recipient. You've got here the codes, and you'll find them on our website. Since for the GRE, you will not find Join a School in France as a recipient, but you've got the business schools that we work with, so it's all the same. We'll have them. It's one team, as I said, so we are partners. And then finally, you've got the Tajmaj. You can use it if you are a French speaker. Tajmaj is mainly used for French speakers since it's in French, whereas GMAT and GRE are in English. So if you are an English speaker or more an international student who does not um, who does not speak French, better I think to choose GMAT or GRE. For the Taj Mahal, you can find all the information on our website and you can register for one of the sessions on our website directly since it's a partner here again. Um, so that's what I have to say about the management test, and I really would like to give some time to Jessica for later to say if EM Lyon has any particular test that they want to have from their students. Um, and for the English test, so here again, we accept a lot of them. So you've got the yields, you've got the TOEIC, you've got the TOEFL, or the Cambridge test certificate. It's all good. And maybe I don't know, maybe Emlyon has a preference. I don't know, I'm not sure about that. I think that they are all good, but Jessica will be more comfortable explaining that, since she's a representative of Emlyon today. And yes, a very accurate questions that who is asking this question? I'm sorry, I did not get the name. Yes, from Diego. Hi, Diego. So yes, it's a very interesting question that you ask. So Diego is asking if native speakers of English are exempt of an English test. Obviously, if your country, if you're an American or an English as an example, or British citizen, obviously your passport, you just need to put your passport in the section in the language, or the English test section, and you are exempt, obviously. And you are also exempt of an English test um, if you have taken, or if you have studied your bachelor in English, but you need to prove it. So we really need an official statement from your school that the program is an English taught program. So that's very important. So two cases where you are exempt is if you are a native speaker of English, meaning that you are living in a country where English is the official language. In this case, you just need to put your passport, it's good. Or if you have studied in English, but here again, not just one or two courses, the whole program in English, and will need the school to certify that. It means that it can be on your certificate of enrollment, on your transcript records, but it has to be officially stated by your school, or you just need to ask the administration to do that. So these are the two cases where you are exempt from an English test. Otherwise, it's mandatory. So the management test and the English test are mandatory, since the schools need to know your level of English, since this particular program, the GE Master in Management program, is completely 100% taught in English. And Jessica maybe will have some answers about that, since I have received some questions on social media asking if there's a minimum score in English, or even for the management test. So Jessica will tell us if Emlyon has any minimum score that they have um, as a reference for the applications. I know that I'm asking a lot of questions, Jessica. I'm sorry. I just got them here, and we'll discuss them after your presentation. Gladly discuss them. So that is for the proof of payment I've been talking about. That is really the format that we need. That's the invoice that you will receive after paying the 200 euros of application fees. So we need to have the CCI Paris Île-de-France. It means the International the Chamber of Commerce of Paris, and your name on it. So that's very important. That's the format we need. We don't need any explanations that you can afford a business school, or that you can pay for a business school. That's up to the school to check that. It's not our mission. Our mission is to make it easier for you to apply, and then you will need to prove that you have the necessary means. And we are going to talk about scholarships, since that's the number one question we got. That's scholarships, and I can understand that. And I'm sure that Jessica will discuss this in her presentation about scholarships. Very important. So that's for the proof of payment. Yes, we are not the schools, the five business schools, in partnership with the Joint School in France, decided not to ask for a typical cover letter. It means that we decided uh, to ask questions, some particular questions that you will find on our website during the application process. You'll find these questions about you, okay, that are, may as an example, what achievement are you most proud of? Describe the situation of failure. What lessons did you learn from them, etc., etc. You have five questions you need to answer, and we decided to do that to give you some more freedom to express yourself, not be in a typical cover letter where you are really you're in a framework where you need to follow some format rules, etc. No, we decided, the schools and joint school in France decided to ask questions, very accurate and precise questions to understand more your profile. And these questions are very important since our jury members, if you are eligible for an interview, are going to use them to talk about you in the interview, to talk about these experiences to that you've got. So please be yourself. If you really, when you answer that, don't give automatic answers. The main thing here is to understand your personality. How do you fit into business schools in general, but also what are the challenges that you've got. You really highlight any important aspect of your personality that you think may be an added value to the business school. So really take some time to answer these questions and don't give just automatic questions. Otherwise, it will be quite let's say boring. I don't want to use that word, but you really use it to talk about yourself. That's the main thing here, I think. And the business schools and the jury members really appreciate it when the answers are really about someone's personality and someone's achievement. So use that to highlight that. And in the interview, you'll be asked questions about it. Um, so that's about the questions that we ask. So 5 questions that you'll need to answer to. Yeah, the eligibility results. So we've got that. We've talked about it. So after application, after applying for after applying through join a school in France, we are going to review your application to see that everything is okay with the documents that you've uploaded, the 10 documents. We'll send them obviously to the schools. That's what we just did with the round 2 that just finished. We send these applications to the 5 business schools, to the admission commissions, and then they will review that. At the same time they will review it, your application, and then they will send you a message to say if you are eligible to an interview or not. If you are eligible to an interview, it means that your application is interesting, or that the business schools are interested into your profile, that they want to know more about you. So they are going to send you a message telling you that now you are eligible for the next step, that is the interview. And then you'll have the interview so whether you are, and I'm sorry to jump from one point to another, but it's very important here. If you are accepted by just one business school, or 5, all of them, which is obviously the goal here, uh, 5 business schools, the process is the same. You'll have to just have one interview. You'll have one interview for 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 business schools. So that's really important to know, that you won't have to have every time an interview for every particular school. No, one application means one interview for the schools that you are eligible to. So that's for the eligibility results. Um, what else? Yeah, so the interview. So these are I've decided to talk about the interview since I got a lot of questions about that. What is the interview about? Who is interviewing? Where? Etc. So first, the interview lasts 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, that's 20 to 30 minutes. As I previously mentioned, it's not a test. It's not an exam. Okay, it's about knowing more about you, about your personality. What did you do in your life? Where did you travel? Do you know the French culture? Do you know France? If you've ever came here to France, etc. So it's all about knowing more about you. And obviously, the jury members will also ask questions about the news. Okay, if you watch the news, if you go to a business school, I can assume that you will be interested in to the environment that is around you. So it's very important here again to watch the news, to also have a general knowledge about things that are happening in the world, events in the world. So it's not a test, but it's also good to highlight that you are someone who is constantly watching the news and who knows what is happening around them. So really keep that in mind. So 20 to 30 minutes, as I said. The jury members, as I said earlier, are alumni. That is a very important point here. We decided to give this role of interview when future or potential students to give that role to alumni, to former students of these five business schools, because they've lived the experience, they've had it, they know the environment of these business schools, so they are going to ask you questions to know if you fit into this business school. So it's very important. That is a very we really appreciate that alumni um, keep coming here, helping us with the with the interviews all around the world. And when I say all around the world, it means that if you are in China, if you are in India, or in any other country, we are going to do our best to give you the opportunity to have a face-to-face interview with alumni all over the world. We have alumni all over the world, and the centers are mostly French institutions that are our partners. First and foremost, the French embassies all around the world, the French chambers of commerce all around the world here again. Campus France, which is a very important institution in higher education. So any international student who wants to study in France will, one way or another, um, have an interaction with Campus France. So it's a very important institution to know. And there you've got their website to know more about student lives and student activities here in France. So you can check their website. It's very easy to use here again. We really are doing our best to make things easier and easy for international students. And obviously the French alliances all over the world as well. So these are where our interview centers are, and where your interviews are going to be. So for the jury members, it's most of the time it's just 2 to 3 people. Okay, that's quite enough. Face to face, we tend to really do our best to have face to face interviews whenever it's possible. Sometimes we tend to have online interviews when obviously we don't have any center in the city where you're in. So um, but most of the time, let's say 80 to 90% of the time, it's a face-to-face interview with alumni. So that's it. And as I said, one interview for five business schools. You will not have to live or to experience um, uh, five different interviews. No, it's just one interview. Um, so then here again, I wanted to get back to the um, to the round. So right now we are on round three, I said. So maybe if you are not ready yet with the management test, with the English test, etc., you'll be more interested into our fourth and last round for this year. That is up until May 2nd. So we are receiving now applications for round four until May 2nd, and that will be the end of the application process of this year. And obviously, starting in September, we'll start a whole new application process for the next year. So, you need to know that whether you apply in round one, round two, round three, or round four, the chances are the same. It means that if you apply in round four, you will not be you won't you won't have less chances than a student or a candidate who applied in round one. It just a matter, it's a way for us to organize the applications, to give time to students to get ready, to have all the necessary documents to apply to this Master in Management. So that's it. What else? So here is our team. We are right now three international project managers. Okay, feel free to reach out to us. Feel free to call us on WhatsApp, to send us emails if you have questions. Um, I'm more with the Americas, Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and you've got two of my colleagues that are great international project managers, Leonor and Jing, who are targeting Asia and Asian applications. So feel free to ask us questions, to contact us, to call us on WhatsApp. We are very active on social media, so um, WhatsApp, Weibo, WeChat, etc. We really are active there. We are trying to do our best to answer questions, inquiries, etc. So feel free to contact us. We are here to help. So that's our main mission. So please do it. Um, that's it for my presentation. I hope I was not very or too long, hopefully not. And now Jessica will talk about Emlyon, since we are today here to discuss the Emlyon program, which is a great school here in France. And I'm sure that Jessica will do her best to highlight that. Are you ready, Jessica?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So we are going to, I know that um, the presentation was supposed to, is it good for you?
It's loading now. Internet is not so smooth.
A bit
Yes.
slow?
Okay, it's okay now.
And please, if you have questions for Jessica, please ask them, and I'll take note and ask them at the end.
Okay. So let's jump to the third page, to the page three.
This one
Um,
with the map.
yes, with a map.
Yeah,
Yes, this one. Okay, so before we take more details of the MSc in Management programs, so let's have a look of the key figures of Emlyon Business School. So Emlyon Business School is founded in 1872. So for this year, we 150 years history. So we're one of the most historical and most prestigious business school in Europe. And currently, we have 6 campuses all over the world, and 3 in France and other 3 in the Asia area. And also, diversity is really important for Emlyn Business School. So currently, we have like 8,900 students study on campus, and they came from more than 120 different nationalities. And also for our faculty members, we have now more than 160 full-time professors work for Emlyn, and half of them come from abroad. And also we have alumni all over the world. And now we have more than 35,000 alumni based in more than 130 different countries. So if you'd like to develop your career or create a business networking all over the world, our alumni will be there to help. Okay, so let's take a look at the next page. Okay, internet's very low, very slow.
okay. So it's the global
Okay.
ranking, is that
So
right?
it's global ranking. Yes,
Yeah.
that's global ranking. So let's take a look at the global ranking of Emlyn Business School. So this particular one we have to stress is we are the number 2 business school in France at the Times Higher Education Global Employability Ranking in the 2022. So that's a big of evidence of our strengths in the job market. And for the main program, for the G program, we are the number 9 global world according to the Financial Times in education ranking of the Master in Management in the 2022. And also our school, Emlyn Business School, is the number 12 in Europe according to the Financial Times ranking of European Business School. And also, we are a triple accredited business schools, which means we have EQUIS, EECSB, and AMBA accreditation. And so that's very important if you want to find a job, or develop a career in international scope. Okay, the next page on here is a list of the programs we're offering. So besides of the main program, MSc in Management, we also provide some specialized MSc programs. Here are the list. And also we have the bachelor degree programs and the MBA program and EMBA program for the executive level. And okay, the next page and the next. So here comes, okay, so let's take a look at the main program. The main program, full name of main program is MSc in Management Grand École program. And it is one of the most traditional and most reputed program of all business school in France. And the program itself is a 2 to 3 years program, which means you can take a faster track to complete the program in 2 years. And also you can take a gap year between the first and the third year of your study and to do more internships or to take some exchange programs or double degree programs during a gap year and make you study to complete study in 3 years. And also some students may choose to defer their graduation and to take more internships in Europe before they graduate and to make the study as maximum as 4 years. So it is also possible to complete the program in 4 years. And the program is taught in English and in French. So no matter if you only speak English or you speak English and French, this program is a suitable option for you. And we have more than 200 electives, and which covers 16 specializations disciplines, and the students can choose to tailor-make their own study paths, which I will go for more details in the next slides. And we also start from this year, we are starting to open 6 MSc programs, so the specialized MSc program for the MIM students in the second year. So in your M2, you can choose to study to blend into one of our MSc programs and to complete another program or to study more systematically knowledge in one specific discipline. So if you're interested in one of our MSc program, this might be good news for you. And also for globalization, we have more than 190 partners all over the world. And every year we open up to 600 exchange and double degree opportunities to the main students. And of course, before graduation, we require the students to take at least 6 months internship, or you can make it up to 12 months internship before graduation, which is mandatory for every business school almost. And again, I have to stress our ranking on the Financial Times, the main program. We are the number 9 global world. And according to the QS ranking of Master in Management program, we are the number 12th global world. So we can see ourselves a top 10 main program all over the world. Okay, the next page. Next page. Okay, so here we got the program schedule. So at the beginning of the program, the first semester, our students need to take the DNA courses and together with fundamental courses. And for the students who came from business backgrounds, you may get exempted from some of the fundamental courses and save you ECTS and it save you time for more specialized courses. And after the first semester, students will have to choose their specialization. And we have up to 200 specialization, as I mentioned, and you can go deep into one specific discipline, or you can mix up different the courses from different sectors and create to tailor-made your own study path, which is also possible. And after the Master 1, you will have to, you can take a gap year. It is up to you. You can take a gap year to do more internships or to do some exchange programs in another countries. And or you can just jump into the Master 2, the second year of the program, and there are a few options for you. Option one is you can continue study of the specialization courses and to choose the courses among the 200 electives. Or option two, as I mentioned, you can choose one out of the 6 MSc programs of Emlyon Business School. So here we have the first one, strategy and consulting program, and we have sports industry management program. We have data science and artificial intelligence strategy program, and we have international marketing and business development program. We have cybersecurity and defense management program, and we have health management and data intelligence programs. So if you're interested in any of the 6 programs, you can take application and to go blend into the cohorts. And some of the cohort takes place in Paris. And option three is you can take a double degree program in one of our partner schools. And you will find the full list of the partner schools, the double degree programs on our website and on our brochure. And this option four. Option four is for the French-speaking students. You can apply for apprenticeship. So which means your tuition and almost all the expense will be covered by the sponsor if you speak French very well. And okay, so let's take a more detailed look of the program. So the next page.
Okay, just before that, if you have any questions, please ask them now so that I can take notes and will answer them after Jessica's presentation. Feel free to ask any question, okay? So next slide, Jessica.
Yes. Yes, please don't hesitate to leave your questions in the chat box, and I will back to your questions after the presentation. Okay, so let's take the DNA course, which are the courses you need to take at the beginning of the program. So what are the DNA courses? So as you can see, our business school's name is Emlyon. So EM stands for early makers. So what does early maker means? So here come the 4 modules I would like to present. So the first one is recaps. Recaps is a social science research project. So the students will work in a group and to study on a topic of social science. So this topic can be anything. So for example, the global warming is a very popular social science topic, or the feminism in the job market, or even COVID-19 can be a topic for you. So you'll be working in a group to study on the topic and came out a complete report at the end of the project. So the aim of this module is we want our students to implement their academic research skill. And also we want our students to be aware of the social science responsibility as a business person. So that is quite important as an early maker. And the second, we have a sustainable future. So we want our students to look out to see themselves in like 10 years later, and how to see the industry, for example, in 2 or 20 years, what will happen in this industry. So the aims of this module is we want our students to be prepared for the future potential opportunities or challenges in the future, and to make sure they can take actions always one step ahead. So that's the sustainable future. And we also have on the right hands, we have a PCE, it's a business startup project. So it's also a group working project. The students will work in a group of 4 to 6 and to study on a business entrepreneur project. So you have to come out business ideas and to start up this business. And for some, and it is possible to also to bring your business idea to the incubator of our business school. Which is really our incubator, Emlyon Business School's incubator is one of the best incubator in France. So you can bring up your ideas to the incubator, and we will help you to incubate your business idea into a real business project, and to make profits, etc. And which is very interesting is some of our students they already young entrepreneurs, so they already have a startup business and they want to bring their business to the next level. So when they join the program, they can bring their business idea to the PC project and work with the classmates and to bring their business to the incubator. It's also very interesting. And the first one is Photo Tab. Photo Tab means we want our students to learn some basic programming and coding skills as a business person, according to the study in our Makers Lab. We're not expecting our students to become a computer scientist after this module, which is not possible, right? But we want our students to be capable with some skills of the coding and programming, and to be able to understand the logic of the digital languages, which is very essential for our generation. Okay, so the next page we have, okay, so here's a list of our electives. So we have more than 200 electives and covers more than 16 specialization fields for our students to choose. So students, you can, there's many different situations. Many of our students, they may come from no business backgrounds, so they don't know about business at all, and they don't have a clear idea when they enter the program what they want to do in like 10 years later. So what is so good about the electives is you can take a bite to have a taste of some of the courses under the different sectors. And after you finish the 2 to 3 courses, you can go ahead to take an internship in the industry and to test yourself and to test your activity and test you interested by taking some courses and internships. And if you're so sure about you want to continue studying in this sector, then you can go ahead to take more courses under the sector. Or if you find yourself is not such interested in that career, you maybe can switch into another channel. So that is very flexible. So which makes the MIM program so different from the MSc programs. So you can choose to combine. You can also choose to combine the courses under the different sectors. For example, if you are interested in marketing, then you may take the courses under the marketing and the digital strategy sectors, and you may also want to take some courses under the sustainable development and social responsibility, which is quite important for the marketing and branding person. So you can make a combination and only take the courses you are more interested in and the courses more helpful for your future career, and to abandon those courses you are not quite interested and you won't waste any of your time. Okay, so let's move to the next page. Okay, so this page we have some of our partner schools. So as I mentioned, we have over 190 partner institutions, universities all over the world, and every year we open up to 600 openings to for students for the exchange program and double degree programs. So here are some prestigious international partners we listed here. So for example, you want to study in Europe, we have Bocconi, which is a top one business school in Italy. And we have Polytechnic Milano, which is top one university in Italy. And we have University St. Gallen, is in Switzerland. And we have University of Mannheim, is a top university in Germany. And if you like to study in United States, for example, we have UC Berkeley, UCLA, and if you want to study, for example, in Canada, we have HEC Montreal and Montreal, and we also operating some double degree programs with module. And also Australia, we have Monash, and in Asia, we have Waseda in Japan, and we have Tongji is in Shanghai. It's one of the most prestigious universities in China, etc. So you can find the full list of our partner schools on the website and on our brochure. Okay, let's move to the next page. Okay, so on this page, we will talk about our employability. And we are the second business school in France at the Times Higher Education Employability Ranking. And what we can do to our students, I have the list here. So we provide mainly 3 types of surveys, career surveys here. So first of all, we have the workshops of employability tools, which means at the start from the beginning of the program, students will have opportunity to join the workshops of employability. And during the workshops, we will teach you how to use the employability tools like LinkedIn, how to use LinkedIn, how to polish your profile on LinkedIn, and how to connect with people from LinkedIn, and how to polish your resume, how to do an interview, and how to define your own yourself, and how to create a career plan of your own. So that's the one kind of career service we provide. And the second type of service we provide is one-on-one coaching workshops. In Emlyon, we have a career service team of 25 experts, and we also have some external experts from the industry, like 50 of them. So you feel free to book a one-on-one coaching with one of the mentor in the industry. So you can talk to them to let them to give some advice and to exchange some news in this industry, or even they can help you to create networking in the industry, or even they will help you with job opportunities. So this is quite useful. So please use it. And the third one is we organize networking and recruitment events in every year. So every semester we have at least 2 big job fairs on campus. So more than 170 companies, many of them big names, and many of them maybe startups. Entrepreneurs will come to on our campus and meet people, talk to people, and recruit them. And also we organize several, like in every week, we have small seminars about career development. So no matter it's classified by the functions or industries. For example, we have digital transformation seminars with KPMG. Also, we have LVMH Day for luxury in sectors. Example, so almost every week we organize such events on a company basis for students. So you've got plenty of opportunities to meet the people from the companies and meet the HR and create your connections with the industry. So those are the 3 main types of career service we provide to our students. Okay, so the next page. Okay, so on this page, we have some key figures of our graduates. For the MEM students, the G program students, the average salary is 52,000 and as a fresh graduate, and 100% of students are employed within 6 months of graduation, and 79 of them are employed before the end of the courses. So these figures we are so proud of. And we did a really good job on our career service. And about 32% of the students of our MEM students work in auditing consulting firms, and about 12 of them work in the financial, accounting, legal departments. Okay, and one thing is very important would like to share with you is we continually provide this career support, career service to the students after graduation within 3 years. So 3 years after you graduate, if you already find a job, but you are now facing some problem with your career development, you can always come to us within 3 years. We will always be there to help. And the next page. Okay, so next page is some examples of our alumni, PG program alumni. And yes, you can see most of them from the very top companies, big firms, like in the luxury sectors. We have Korean, we have Nokia, we have LVMH, Tiffany. And for the consultants and the financial firms, we have Deloitte, JP Morgan, and McKinsey. So those are the alumni networking is always a very valuable capital for our business school students. They can really helpful for your career development. And okay, so on the next page, okay, so here are some pictures of the career service seminars we had. There are some moments I'd like to share. So you can see here we invited HR from the company and to give a presentation in front of the students, and they can exchange some ideas about their career development and to know to understand the company very well in any perspective. And we also organized as a digital transformation seminars to the students. So we invited the experts, the managers from the company, from KPMG, from Nokia, from Carrefour, and to invite the experts to here to bring their topics about the company's digital transformation. And our students will work in a group and to discuss these topics and to pitch their ideas and to give a presentation in front of the experts. So this is very great opportunities for the students to create a connection with the companies. Okay, so the next page. Okay, here we go. The next page, I would like to share you the pictures of one of our students of 2020 cohort. And her name is Zong, and she is a Chinese student. And here are some moments of her extracurriculum activities. So on the top, we can see she it was participating in the Woman Ideal. It is a woman leadership project run jointly by Dior and UNESCO, United Nations. And here are some pictures. So it's great opportunities to meet the students from different universities, from different cultural backgrounds by this events. And they can also create a connection to Dior, to our image group by this, participating in such events. And on the left hand, on the bottom of left hand, we can see she's crafting robots in our Makers Lab. So it's very interesting to create digital robots from scratch to learn how to programming, how to make everything. Okay, so on the right hand, on the bottom of right hand, we have the picture of the sports class. So she was having a fencing class. So in Emlyon, especially for our main programs, we offer numerous of sports clubs, sports activities for our students because as a main students, you may have more flexible hours and you may want to take some exercise by joining the club, a sports club, or it is also a brilliant opportunities for the students to make friends, to create their own networking by joining the sports class to communicate with people. And the next is okay. We're on the next page. Next page is our admission conditions. So as CLE has already taught a lot about admission conditions and about joining school in France, We also have a direct admission channel for the main program. So we call it a direct international admission. And the only difference between the two channels is the selection process. So if you apply through our DIA channels, direct international admission channel, then we have to register on our website to submit everything, the documents, the recommendation letters, etc., on the application dashboard. And after that, we will invite you to take the digital test of Emlyon Business School. So it is not just an interview. It is combination of different types of examination in the digital test. So that's the only difference, I think, between the two channels. And also our admission calendar is available on the next page. I will show later. And no matter which channel you apply for, so whether you apply for DIA or apply for joining school in France, it makes no difference. It makes no difference for our selection the conditions. So we all the same. As CLE already said, we are not competitors, we are partners. And about the tuition, our tuition is 19,300 per year, includes the student service fee. And for the scholarship, we offer up to 60 a school scholarship to our students, and we offer mainly three different types of scholarship. The first one is early bird scholarship, which means if you apply through at the second session, no matter it's DIA or GSF, we will give you 5 to 10% tuition waiver as early bird scholarship. And we also provide as excellence-based scholarship, which means if you get obtained a score of 650 in GMAT or equivalent to GRE is about 315 something, we will give you a 5 to 10% guaranteed tuition waiver as an excellence-based scholarship. And the last type of scholarship is individual scholarship. This is quite special. And if you apply through DIA, then we have to submit application form. The form can be downloaded from the application dashboard. And if you apply through GSF, then we'll give you individual scholarship mainly based on your academic excellence. And if you want to argue for more scholarship after admission of GSF, please you can send me send us emails because I am the one who's sending all the admission results and scholarship results to the students. So if you want to apply for more scholarship, argue for more, please send me an email. Okay, so then on the next page, we have our admission calendars here. So as we can see, we are on currently in the third session of GSF, and we just closed the session 3 of DIA. Okay, so if you want the calendar is also available on websites. Okay, so the next, there's no next. So that's the end. So if you have any questions, it's time to ask you all questions. And here comes my contact, my email address. So if you have any questions according to any of our programs, no matter it's main program or MSc program, please feel free to send us emails to the Asia email address, asia@emlyon.com. And if you are Chinese students, you can also subscribe us on WeChat. But I am afraid it's only for Chinese students only because all the contents are mainly in Chinese. And okay, so that's it. That's the end of my presentation. So let's back to the Q&A session now.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Please ask questions if you have questions to ask. I've tried to sum up a lot of questions I got from social media for you, Jessica. So I hope you don't mind. So the first one, and it's a constant one, it keeps coming. Should students choose their own campuses when they decide to get into Emlyon Business School, who decides what campus this the international student or a particular student goes to?
Well, actually, the main program takes place in our main campus, which is
Okay.
in Eppley. It's in
Okay.
Lyon.
Okay.
But if you choose to study in one of our MSc program in the master two, it's
Mhm.
the second year of the master degree. There are some programs takes place in Paris campus as well. So you can choose to go to Paris in the M2, and also for non-Chinese students, you may have opportunities to do some exchange in our Shanghai campus. It is
Okay, but
possible.
for the master in management, the GE master in management, it's just the Lyon campus. Is that right?
Yes, Lyon campus.
Okay, which is the historical one. It's
Yes, of course, the biggest
yeah,
one
yeah.
and yes, biggest one.
And I heard that that you are going to move into a better one very soon.
Yes,
Yeah,
we will have a new campus. It's
absolutely,
coming. Yes,
absolutely.
maybe
That yeah,
in the year of the next 2024, 2025. We're not
yeah.
quite
So
sure.
hopefully
It's
our
in base.
international student will be there to
Yes,
see it
yes, in the next
all
year or
fresh.
year after next.
Very good. Um, the same question that keeps coming as well. It's about scholarships. You've talked about them just now, but what about the criteria? Are there any criteria about low income revenues, as an example, or on social criteria? What are the criteria that you have for the scholarships?
Well, actually, we will review your profile comprehensively. So includes
Okay.
your academic excellence, it includes the experience, the previous experience you did, and also need based. So if you're having some financial problems, you can also apply for a scholarship. We will evaluate everything and make a decision.
Okay, thank you. Another one about quotas. Are there quotas for international students or nationalities? That's a question
Quota.
that we got. Yeah, meaning that is there a minimum or a minimum number of students you need per nationality? I don't think we do that.
We don't do that
It's
because
about
that's not
background,
quite
obviously.
politically
Yeah,
correct.
yeah,
We don't
exactly.
have quotas for nationalities, but
Yeah.
for main programs, the majority, like more than half of the class, are French nationalities, and
Okay.
the rest of them may come from Asia and other European states and United States, anywhere in the world.
So all the
And
international
we
students have the same chances.
yes had the same chances,
Okay.
and we normally do not expect you to have more than 20% of the cohort from the same nationality. I mean, international nationalities.
Okay, good. Another one, yeah, we've mentioned it about the management test. Is there one in particular that Ian Neon prefers?
No, we treat
No.
every management test as the same. So no matter it's
Okay.
GRE or GMAT or Touch Much, or if you're from India, we also accept the CAT.
Okay. And the same with English. Is there anyone in particular you prefer?
No, we accepted IELTS, TOEFL, TOEIC, and Cambridge.
Okay. Minimum scores. Are there minimum scores for both management and English tests?
No,
Or
we don't have the minimum score for the management courses, but we do have the minimum score for the English test. So it's minimum test for the visa application. So if you're international students, you have to apply for a visa to go to France, especially when you are Chinese.
okay.
You will be required to provide IELTS score above 6. And normally, for meme students, we expecting you to have at least a 6.5 in
Right.
IELTS.
Okay, good to know. And the same with languages, but with French. They are asking me if they need to speak French to get into the Master in Management program.
No, no, not at
Okay.
all.
So it's in
And
English. Yeah.
it's in English, and but the only differences are if you speak French, that'll be a big advantage to find a job to take more internships in France. But if you don't speak French, There are also plenty of opportunities for internships outside of French.
Okay.
And it's quite common for students to find internship in like in Belgium, in Germany, or in some Asia countries, or for example in Hong Kong or in Shanghai. There are plenty of opportunities.
Okay. Another one which is very recurrent as well. If I am from if I studied literature, am I a profile? Am I eligible for a master in management, or have I the same chances as someone who studied business, as an example, to get into the master in management program?
Okay, so actually we do not require any previous backgrounds for our students. So as long as you're bachelor degree students, you are eligible to apply. But I cannot see the student from language backgrounds is a big advance.
Hmm.
It depends. So if you are language background students, I would recommend to you to take some internships in the business sector to complement your profile. That's my
Okay, and
recommendation.
the first year of the master is about an introduction to the courses. Is that right?
Yes,
It's
that's
not
the
very,
meaning of the
yeah,
main program.
yeah,
So that's why we're offering the main program. That's why we have fundamental courses.
yeah.
And
So
for the students from business backgrounds, if they're pretty sure about their career objectives, many of them may choose to take MSc programs instead.
okay, and what's the best profile for Emlyon for this master in management? Is there an ideal profile?
We don't have the standard of the ideal profile, but we highly recommend students to take more internships in the business world, and we recommend you to do some, for example, volunteer projects overseas, and those are very important, big plus for applying for our program. So we will like students have some like we call it early maker spirits. So they are
Okay.
aware of they are uh, they can think in advance and they take actions, and they have social responsibilities and etc. So those kind of elements we really prefer to of students to be capable with.
Okay, and what about integration? A student wants to know if EM has, and I think you've talked about that, has associations and clubs that could make the integration process easier by into knowing the French culture, the French way of life, and all that stuff. Does EM have such associations?
Yes, of course. For main programs, we have up to 50, 56, I think, 56 different student associations. And that'll be very helpful for you to get integrated into the culture and to meet students, no matter from from France or from other nationalities. And also, as I said, we have many of the sports clubs, and that is also brilliant opportunities for you to get integrated into the group, the cohort.
Okay, good. And this one, I think that I've talked about it. You've talked about it. It keeps coming. Is it better through the direct channel or the Join the School in France channel? Here again, we are partners. We really work together. So both of them are good. Both applications will go to the same commission. So, Jessica, do you agree with me on that?
Yes, I agree. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. It
So
makes no difference to apply for both the channels. The only difference is if you only what else is if Emlyon is the only school you're interested to apply, then you can go to the direct international admission. Also, otherwise, if you want to try more opportunities, and then please go to the joins JSF. Then you will save a lot of money and time.
and that's really this. It's to optimize. It means that if you need a backup plan, if you really want EM Lyon, but you need at the same time a plan to have another business school accepting your application, then join the school in France is the best way to do that, since you've got 5 opportunities, and Emlyon is one of them, and which is a great choice. One final question, and it's for both you and me, Jessica, about work experience. So, the criteria here about work experience is that if you have a long career or a long professional experience, it's better to get into an MBA or something like that. Uh, the MEME program is mostly for fresh graduated student or student with a lot of internships that are good to put on your resume and in your profile. But if you have a long career in business, then I think that an MBA or even a PhD is more suited for you. But Jessica maybe have has something else to say.
Well, I agree with you. And if you a student, a fresh graduate student from bachelor, then MEM is a perfect program for you.
Mm.
And or if you have like 1 to 3 years short-term work experience, then MEM might be also a good opportunity for you to transform your career. And but if you have like more than 5 years work experience, the MEM might not be a suitable program for you because all the rest of the cohorts they might be fresh graduates and it will be difficult for you to blend into the cohort. And you may think the MBA program is more suitable for you career development.
That's it. Thank you, Jessica. This last question I got was about networking, and I think that you've discussed that. The networking, EMLion's network is huge all over the world. So maybe you have something to say.
So networking mean alumni.
Alumni, yeah, people working all over the world that graduated from EMLion that could help others to get some connections and maybe eventually even work in different fields. I think that you've discussed this in your presentation.
Yes, and in my presentation, yes, we
Yeah,
have more than 35,000 alumni based in all over the world, more than 130 different countries. So, so for example, you want to develop your career in Asia, we have many of alumni based in Beijing, Shanghai, in Hong Kong, for example. So, and many of them are very senior level managers. So if you want to develop your career in Asia, they might be very helpful, no matter it's for recommendations or for some internal job opportunities. So it's
okay.
very. Mhm.
That's it. So I think that I asked all the questions I wanted to ask. I really tried to summarize everything to sum up the questions. So I see that here in the chat we don't have questions. I thank you so much, Jessica, for being here today, for highlighting EM Lyon, which is a great business school. Hopefully, we'll see these international students in your campus next year. I
Yes,
thank you so
yes.
much.
Thank you so much. So again, so if you have any questions about the
Absolutely.
school, about our programs, no matter what program is, please feel free to send us emails to asia@emheavenlyon.com. And we'll be back to you as soon as possible. And you can also subscribe us on WeChat. There are very frequently updated information on the WeChat channel. So so good luck with your application, and I hope I will see you on campus in this September.
It's all the same with us, with the joint school in France team. We are here with you and for you to help you. So if you have questions, please reach out to us, and we'll do our best to help. Thank you so much. Best of luck
Thank you
for
so much.
everybody.
Thanks so much,
Thank
Sally.
you so much, Jessica. I'll see you very soon, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.